Okay, welcome everyone to JordanCon 2016. And we've got a great year for you. This is our 8th year, celebrating the late Robert Jordan, his amazing book series, our community, and so much more. As you know, JordanCon...
I really thought we were done doing this last year. Linda?
What are you doing?
Linda, it's 2017 now. Your turn is done.
In America, yeah.
So, we go by America rules when we're in America.
You asked me to Toastmaster, and I'm here, Toastmaster.
You did that last year, honey. Yeah, it's someone else's turn. Yeah. So, Amanda.
I'll be doing it anyway.
Where does she go? Okay.
Might have a staffing problem.
Okay. Amanda, you're up.
Well, isn't this quaint? I have found myself in a new age, one with cell phones and Snapchats and Pinterest boards full of cosplay ideas. I think I'm gonna like it here. And who are you?
I'm here to tell you, I run the flipping depository.
Yeah. Where's my microphone?
Thank you, Linda, for your service. My toys will see that you are taken care of.
So, what about carrying me now?
They will. Right there's your ride.
I saw some foreshadowing, and I am wearing the appropriate symbols.
You are. I appreciate your dedication. Linda Taglieri, everyone. And now, you're all mine. Welcome to the 9th annual JordanCon. Tell Conrad, the con of their dreams. I am your Toastmaster Grandel. And, well, you're mine. So, toys, if you could come up and set things up for me. I'm in the mood for a dark friend social. I really have to remember to thank Jen and Jimmy Liang for giving me toys to compel. They're ever so pretty to look at. Thank you. You have my sheets, right? Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, Tom, you have my other ones. Oh no, you put them.
Too many papers.
All right. This is much better. I see some very fine-looking dark friends out there. I see great Mistress Harriet here. I see our guest of honor. We'll get to y'all later. I see a lot of familiar faces. Your loyalty will be rewarded. I see some new ones too, though. Good to know. The Great Lord will reward you too. Or accept your friend request. I'm told that's a thing now. And then Toastmasters. Relics of ages past. I'm sure we'll be able to find a use for you two. All right. Well, I have brought a few of the chosen with me into this new age. Your masters. For those of you who do not know them, let me introduce them. Simmerage has graciously deigned to pose as Jenna Sellers this weekend. She is your director of operations, so she's the one you'll need to blame if something goes wrong. Not that I necessarily recommend that course of action. She can get a tad, well, she can react enthusiastically to perceived criticism. Now, Simmerage has given me this next bit, and I'm not sure what the reference is here, but all of you who are familiar with this age, I'm sure, will know, and I'm counting on one of you to introduce me to this phenomenon. But Simmerage is being ably assisted by the Alexander Hamilton to her George Washington, the General's right-hand man, Chris Lipnicus. If you need something, you can't find her. She's the one who'll get you. Or he is, rather. Now, of course, you all know Demandred. He's still insisting on being called... Oh, no, I forgot people. Sorry. Simmerage has managed to convince Bill Harrison into handling Tech Ops. Ross Newberry, registration. If you volunteered to help our cause this weekend, Greg Fernero is who you'll need to talk to. And Jen Austin is the one who will be satisfying your appetites in the con suite in room 432. So, lady and gents, if you guys will stand up, if you're here. That's Greg right there. He's volunteers. He's the important one. I'm sure you all recognize Demandred. He's still insisting on being called Balfam. I've tried to tell him that jig is up, but you know Demandred. He does insist on clinging to the old ways. He has delegated the running of the track rooms to various people. If those of you who are track directors can stand up. These are the people you'll see a lot in the various rooms over the course of the weekend.
They gave me a mic.
Writer's track director. We have a couple announcements. Friday night, tonight, we have our writers' annual workshop. There's still some slots open. If you are interested in getting some feedback from peers and pros, please bring 6 copies of about 1,000-ish words to the writer's track room in Madison, and we will get you signed into that system. There's also instructions to remind you exactly what that is by the registration desk at the sign-ups table. We also have some new panels that we are going to be trying out this year. A little more interactive.
You're holding a microphone, right?
They turned it off!
No, the battery died.
Oh, the battery died?
No,
the battery died.
No, the battery didn't die.
Test, test. Oh. I do this for a living, honestly. Sometimes the haters hate themselves. So, we're trying a couple more interactive panels this year. We also always have our pitch critique on Sunday at 1 p.m. And in addition to the workshop, we're also having character setting, conflict, and right, which is going to be flash fiction. You guys will get prompts and flash fiction and then share. It's going to be a fun time there. We're also going to have a fun improv game called the Delphic Oracle, where we're going to embarrass some of our author guests into making them play an improv game. And we also have the Writers Breakout on Sunday, which is going to be more of a free forum. Let's kind of meet each other and have community as writers, because apparently we're supposed to talk to each other too. Also this year new, we have the readings. We actually are having readings from our author guests this year. They are all 3 days. They are going to be in the Twisted Oak Room. It's the breakfast room off of the restaurant. There's a sign out there that has who's reading when. It's also going to be on your source and it's in your app. So check that out. So those are my normal announcements, but since they gave me a mic, I'm just going to keep on talking.
Right, that's enough of that.
No, not again. No, why every year? Why?
Thank you to the Mahales men for taking care of that little problem for me. Is there any other track directors have anything they want to say? Go ahead.
I'm Billy Todd. I'm in charge of the Sanderson track this year. It has happened. Yeah. I just want to call out 2 panels.
Billy, take like 5 drinks.
Yeah. I just want to call out 2 panels.
Oh, I can use the microphone. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. Science is hard for me. That's why I do fantasy. So. I just want to call out 2 panels that are I think, of note this year. One of them is our Poetry Slam, which is tonight. I expected that to be garbage last year, and it was amazing. And part of the reason why I expected it to be garbage is because I'm terrible at poetry, but the reason why it was amazing is because the audience contributed stuff that they had no warning of and were inspired to produce. So similar to what
No, it's kind of, grab the other one.
Use
your big boy voice.
So anyway, Poetry Slam tonight. That's in the evening hour slot. That is audience participation. If you wish, please leave your shame at the door because we will not bring any ourselves. There will be no judgment, but there will be some adulation. We had a kid last year who did a Katek. This is a particular Sandersonian sort of poetry. He did it on the spot. And if you know anything about these palindromic poems, this is a hard thing to do. And Brandon was very impressed by this and tweeted it out. So we have all sorts of love for you guys if you bring stuff even on the spot. So the second panel I want to talk about is we are joined by Karen and Peter Ahlstrom, who are involved with producing very I'd say they're involved. We all know they really do it for him. And they are going to be on a behind-the-scenes panel tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Please attend that. That should be pretty awesome. I will now return this to Tom. Thank you.
It's a new and amazing age. Some might say that this age has a wider knowledge base than the Age of Legends. We'll see. If you wish, as with all the best knowledge in the world, access is limited. If you want to participate in a workshop, you will find sign-up sheets for the classes, for the workshops with a cost near the registration table. Please pay your teacher directly if you have not done so via this whole interweb thing.
Yeah.
I have to approve since it's spinning webs everywhere. But as with all, check early, sign up early, go check your flyers. Who knows? Maybe one of my fellow chosen has taken a new pet and a spot has opened up for you.
I've taken several of them.
I run Swords and Sorcery. I'm used to third graders. Y'all don't scare me. I want to point out a couple of really awesome things y'all want to come check out. First of all, we have Dr. Livingston during prime time tomorrow, so come check it out. He is absolutely phenomenal, and he packs the house, so get there early. We also have the now famous Dresden panel, which that guy's in charge of. He is freaking Bob. Slutty novels. We also have Harry Potter to start off our day today, so make sure you stop by Swords and Sorcery. And now I'm going to shut up and run away. Bye.
I know that our Rivets and Robots track director had a few words he wanted to say. He welcomes you back for another year of the science and science fiction. While he would love to have you at every panel, here are a few special ones that he wants to mention. Streaming Atmo, Past, Present, and Future of Military Sci-Fi. Lost, Voices of Sci-Fi. Of course, the Friday Fandom Smackdown. Plus a great Sunday panel called Weapons of the Future. And don't forget Saturday night's costume-friendly Viva Las Venas for a fun taste of JordanCon's After Dark. If you have not registered for a team for the Fandom Smackdown, which pits Marvel against DC, then come by the Rivets and Robots track room to do so. Of course, I'm focused on the After Dark events, not unsurprisingly. And now I should introduce our guest of honor. Charles E. Gannon is our author guest of honor this year. He has written, among other things, the Kane Riordan Terror Republic sci-fi novels, which have all been Nebula finalists and national bestsellers. The Broken World is his next epic fantasy series. Charles?
So I would like to start with a question. For the staff I've seen up here, do you actually have to audition to be staff? Yes. Okay, I was wondering, because I have a background in theater, and that gives me one advantage here, which is I know when I've seen an act I can't follow. So around for everybody, all of the staff. And for our extraordinary toast mistress, or maybe given some of the proclivities I'm sensing, the toast mistrix, I guess. But just a couple of things here. First of all, thanks for welcoming me since I've been here on Facebook. I feel like I know so many of you already. I was sort of adopted, which suggests that you are far more kind than you are discerning. But I'd also like to be able to read my own handwriting. So thanks also for giving me the excuse to actually once again dip into the Wheel of Time. I read the first book in 1993, I want to say. I was looking forward to the second one, but a few minor things happened, such as losing my writing gigs at that time, getting a PhD, getting married, and starting on the 4-kid track. So I got a little bit, I guess you could say sidetracked, and it was nice to have that excuse. Oh my gosh, I guess I have to read The Eye of the World again. Goody. Oh no, that's a real trial. So that's been a lot of fun, and I thank you for giving me that reason as well. Speaking about that, I'm going to guess that a lot of you are not particularly familiar with my work. Hopefully a lot of you are. That's a moment where people who might applaud because they have read some of the reviews. And I really thank you for giving me a chance to, if you will, maybe build a bit of a bridge between science fiction and fantasy. Because one of the things that happened is I was reading The Eye of the World as I sat there saying, my God, okay, despite all the differences, the core, if you will, similarity is that there's something that happens between long arc stories and narratives, and that they actually have, whether they're science fiction or fantasy, they have a lot more in common than they have differences. So I would really love it if anybody who feels they'd like to be part of that conversation to come by at 8:30 tonight when I'm doing, I think, I don't even know what the darn thing is called, but it's essentially immersivity in worlds of all speculative fiction, and there will be some science fiction video eye candy and lively discussion, I hope. I'm also, some of the things that don't show up here, 1 o'clock tomorrow, I'm doing Copy Clutch. I think that's room 332, if I have my information correct. At 2 o'clock tomorrow, I'm doing a I guess you could say a signing in addition to the signing on Sunday. I'm doing that in the dealer's room at The Missing Volume, and the incomparable Glennis can tell you all about that. She is the curator of that, and somebody's going to stop me any second now. Oh, well, yeah. Dwayne, oh, you mean that? Immersive Worlds, it's as if I was there myself. Thank you. I have to come here to get good minions. That's quite clear. Thank you for the loan. And so one of the last things I want to say is Guest of honor means I'm running around. If you want to block out and take a look at my schedule tomorrow, by the way, I asked for it. I pretty much go. I really did. No, I really did. And the reason it's nonstop. And the reason for that, I feel, I'm going to tell you something I've never understood about some folks in this field. Some folks, I don't think it's most. But every once in a while you find the author, you find the celebrity or something like that, who then, after they've arrived in a certain place, they seem to spend a lot of time making sure that there's limited access. That ain't me. So if I'm running back and forth, you might not be able to stop me because I might be going literally from one place to the other. But otherwise, please do step up or stop me. I'd love to meet every single one of you if I could. I know that's unrealistic, but hey, it's fantasy, it's narrative, go with it. Thank you for having me here.
Hickman is our artist guest of honor this year. He's been illustrating sci-fi and fantasy for 4 decades, and an impressive show of dedication for one with such a short lifespan. Stephen, if you'd like to stand up.
If a picture is worth 1,000 words, there are 12,000 words in the art show. You can stand, because I also know it was a hard act to follow.
Now, I have managed to accomplish something that Ishmael only wishes he had ever accomplished before. I have managed to turn Randall Thor to the dark side. He's going to spend the next few minutes telling you all where you're going to be spending your money this weekend. Come on.
I'll over next time. I've been asked to come and talk a little bit about the art show, and while packing yesterday, I may have forgotten my Rand coat, so for those of you, hi, my name is Rand. This is my costume this year. I really thought there was going to be a podium. Do you have a mic stand?
No.
That's your mic stand. Come here, my friend. No. This year marks the 6th year that JordanCon has had an art show, and this is our biggest art show yet. Hopefully every year we'll be saying that again and again. Both the art show and the dealers hall are located in the grand ballroom, which is down that way around some corner. If you see a pool, you've gone the wrong way. So that's apparently introducing Stephen Hickman, so I don't have to do that. You guys did my job for me.
Did it better.
I mean, yeah. What do you think was in the cup? So the art show in the dealers hall will be open today starting at 2:30, which should be right when this ends. We're open tonight till 7 p.m. and then we're going to be open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. tomorrow morning, and again from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. on Sunday. The art show features a variety of items for varying interests, including paintings, drawings, and a wide range of 3-dimensional work. And of course, officially licensed Wheel of Time artwork. Oh, and then I said, oh, man, I did not practice this at all, guys. I said, heck, April's gonna make me...
a mic!
Yeah, I do have a mic. And a mic stand, Richard. Oh, by the way, the theme this year is truly blame Richard. So when anything goes wrong, that guy. All right.
Did he do 85? Yep.
Yes. How many of you have been to a convention before? Very good. How many of you have bought artwork in an art show before? Okay. For those of you that haven't, pay attention. For those of you that have, you probably know how this works. So you can just tune me out if you haven't already. Our art show. Do what?
Art show's better. Granddad.
Our art show features a silent auction style bidding, so any attendee, anyone with a badge, can bid on anything that's in the art show. The pieces start off with a minimum bid price, which if it hasn't been bid on before, you can bid at that price or higher if you want to try to get in early. It also has a quick sale price. If you don't want to deal with bidding, if you like the buy it now button on eBay, buy it for the quick sale price. It's yours. You don't have to worry about it like someone else outbidding you on Saturday at 5 p.m. right before it walks out the door, or 7 p.m. I think is when it's supposed to be. Leslie will, yeah?
Yes.
Sure. See, 7 p.m. is when bidding ends tomorrow. Yeah, Matt.
I'm not the light anymore, man. I'm Black Aja. You should have left me on the light side.
Anyway, tomorrow bidding ends at 7 p.m. So if you're bidding on a piece and you want to make sure that you want it, go back around like 6:45. You can sort of stand around it. You might be like 2 or 3 people all standing around just writing bids one after each other. April likes that. You should do it. If you do win something tomorrow at 7 p.m., you'll come back on Sunday to pick it up and pay for it, and then wait in a little bit of a line. I had all that written down. If only I had read that. There is also prints in the print shop this year. Yeah, Tom, I love you too. There's also prints in the print shop. So most of the artwork that's hanging up in the art show is either framed or matted. It's usually ready to go on your wall. If you don't want to deal with the bidding process, you don't want to do that, or if you like to frame this stuff yourself, we have a print shop where you can buy smaller prints usually, or some of them are even larger. You can buy them in the print shop, you buy it outright. It's just like going into a store, you pick it up and buy it, and you're done. And then you don't have to worry about all the bidding stuff. Oh, and now this one says, and now for the boring stuff. JordanCon collects a commission on all art sales in our show, and a portion of that commission is donated to the Mayo Clinic every year. That was supposed to come before the boring line. That was supposed to be after that. Please do not bring any food or drink into the art show. I know many of you are vendors. You're allowed to have art or food and drink there, but don't bring it to the art show because if you spilled on like a $3,000 original, you gotta buy it. And whether or not you purchase art, everyone is encouraged to vote on the art awards. The 3 art awards that JordanCon gives are voted on by you. When you walk into the art show, there's a box that has ballot cards and pens. You can grab them, vote on the 3 pieces. There's 3 different categories. Vote on what you feel is best, put it back in the box, we tally them up, and we'll make an announcement either at the dance on Saturday or Sunday morning of who won. And the last thing is the art show programming track is in the Washington room. That's where you'll find our artists sharing some of their skills and advice. Today at 5:30 we have the Charity Art Jam, which is about 4 or 5 of us. We actually do an original piece of artwork based on a topic that we have no idea what's going to happen. Someone comes up with a thing. Last year it was like a short dissertation, and it was the coolest thing we'd ever heard, and then we had an hour to draw it. And then after we finish those drawings, they go into the actual charity auction to help raise money for the Mayo Clinic. And I think that's it. Cool. Pictures? Yeah, no pictures. No pictures. And that's all. Wait.
And if you go for quick sale, when do you pay?
Quick sale you pay on Sunday.
Sunday for quick sale?
Yes.
Quick sale.
Oh, yeah. Man, why are you confusing me? I already told people it's like going into a store and buying it right away.
That's the prints, not the quick sale.
Leslie, I forget what I was supposed to do. I'm sorry, and now Leslie has something to say.
I wrote his homework for him too.
That worked out.
And we're very glad you're here. Continue standing
I'm here for pink ribbons. This year, we are bringing back the charity game To Bear Ties, and I have an announcement on behalf of Pink Tie. For To Bear Ties, JordanCon's attendees may purchase pink ribbons to award to their favorite Matt Cotton cosplayer. Ribbons are counted on Saturday just before the dance party to see which Matt has the most ribbons. To participate as one of our ducklings, or contestants, you have to sign up at the art show immediately after the opening ceremonies, and you have until 7 p.m. on Saturday. You will be given, Matt Cotton cosplayers who are participating, will be given a token of the Queen's affection to identify themselves as game participants. Only award your pink ribbons to those cosplayers. Some rules. So, only wearers of the Queen's token are eligible to receive ribbons. And Matt cosplayers may not buy ribbons for themselves. He was lucky that he didn't cheat. Okay. You don't have to have a complete Matt Cotton costume. Oh my God. Paul, what did you do to the microphone? I can't speak.
He tainted it.
It's your fault, Richard. I already wrote it on the quote list. So ribbons can be tied or clipped on. They can dangle out of your pocket, but they should be visible while you're in costume. The game ends just before Saturday, the dance party. All participating MAC cosplayers should report to the dance party at 8 p.m. with your token of the Queen's affection and all your ribbons, obviously, because you want them to count. And then we'll determine then who's the winner. All proceeds of purchasing the ribbons, so the con attendees can purchase the ribbons. All the proceeds go to the Mayo Clinic. And ribbons may be purchased for myself, the Aviary Widow, as well as Queen's Highland Stash in the art show at the art show desk. And you have between 4 p.m. Friday and 8 p.m. on Saturday to purchase your ribbons and give them to the cosplayer of your choice. And most importantly, please remember to respect boundaries. Cosplay is not consent, and we are all here to have fun and to be respectful to each other. And one last thing. The widow only takes cash.
Well, while we're talking about charity goings on, I have a few announcements about the charity auction. The charity auction is in the same room as the dealer's hall, an art show this year. Bidding is open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturday, and if the art show doors are open, they are there. Come find them, come bid. They're fantastic people and should not be hard to find. Well, they will be the second best looking group in the room. They're almost as good as the art show, good looking as the art show crew. All right, let's try this. Donations will be accepted directly at the charity auction booth on Friday starting at 2:30. You'll see that all of their wonderful staff, all of their stuff as they get it set up. They will not accept any bids on Friday, but if you wish to bid more than $10,000 on a single item, and I'm sure some of you will, they might consider an exception for you. Winners can pick up their items on Sundays starting at 10 a.m. at the same tables that you drop off your donations and bid on items at. But if they don't see you by noon, they're going to come hunting you down. And don't make them do that. They don't accept newborn children as payment anymore. Apparently the exchange rate is not what it used to be. So cash, credit, debit, that sort of thing is fine. For full details regarding the auction, please visit them anytime this weekend in the same room as the dealer's hall or art show, or refer to the JordanCon website. Now, I've also been told by the powers that be that apparently we're having a door decorating contest this year. Now, I know, you can see Jen up here. She's dancing in her seat. Yes, she lost her phone while she was doing it. So excited. Now, there will be prizes and bragging rights and all of that, but alas, there are a few restrictions. Do not deface public property or the hotel property. Apparently, we want them to like us and invite us back, so be nice to things that aren't yours. Any topic is up for grabs except for the politics of this age. Don't go there. And alas, they must be family friendly. So sign-ups are in the lobby, and then if you have any other questions, you can find one of us or look at the website for more details there. And now someone's supposed to be running in like the Kool-Aid man. Where is he at?
How did I get here? I don't know if I need this.
You need it. You need it.
Okay, that's that.
This is a strange age, friends.
It's so much fun though.
Sandals? Oh. Oh well. Speaking of dreams, Lord Dragon has said something about that. Beware the Black Aja and the Dark Friends. There's plots everywhere. If you're a follower of the Banner of the Light, come see somebody. Oh no. Find someone with this ribbon. If you can find someone with this ribbon, they can tell you where you can get more. If you're interested in helping the light, fight the shadow. you people out here?
None of you are, though. You're on. I've also been told that there's a special announcement that needs to be made by the Dark Friends running a portal called the Storm Cellar. Deana, Whitney, and Gary Singer, if you two would grace us with your presence up on stage.
Thank you, Great Interest, for inviting us. Deana, Whitney, and Gary Singer. In our portal world, here, we have Facebook, which has allowed Brandon Sanderson fans from around the world to communicate and share our love of his writings and the work and the art that him and the entire team at Dragon Steel bring and create. We are a mixed group of just shy of 500, but I'm sure we'll break that this weekend. Yes. From, China and Poland and South America and across the United States and Canada, and it's a great dynamic. But many of us found his work through our love of Wheel of Time. And we have to thank, and we owe a great debt of gratitude to Harriet, because for her editor's eye and seeing potential.
She developed this eye during a long career, tackling such things as badly written math essays, to the Black Company and the Fallon Blood Wars. Long before she worked on the Wheel of Time, she mentored upcoming editors, publishers, and authors, such as Tom Doherty and Jim Bang.
Oh my goodness. You didn't get it to her right now, I'm talking. Her editor's eye allowed her to see the possibilities in Brandon. By picking him, she helped launch him beyond the stars of the Cosmere. And during her career, we figured she had used a number of pens guiding authors to greatness.
Oh, cool.
What she's opening right now, yes, custom made by Gary, is a beautiful container holder, which is yes, the wood represents all the colors of the Aja, including the black, with a strip of ebony that runs through across the mall.
It's the colors of the Ajas, the wood. There's the black running through all of them. This is magnificent. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh. Thank you.
We really like giving Harriet gifts.
I think it's a wonderful custom.
The crystals at the top, which makes them a pair of invested span reeds of two colors, red and blue, so she can write any type of comment you wish.
Thank you.
Yes. I have a few more words.
Okay.
We deeply hope you enjoy your Pens of Power. And then Alice Arneson, who was not able to attend due to family members, she's the Sanderson rereader for Tor, and my fellow moderator at the Storm Cellar. She wrote what I think are the perfect words as a thank you from us all. And this kind of encapsulates, I think, JordanCon and why we're here. Harriet, your work has changed my life. For the friends I found through the Wheel of Time and the opportunities and friends I gained through Sanderson's expanded scope, I thank you. On behalf of the Storm Cellar, thank you. You are awesome.
Can't hear the phone.
Hold on 1 second, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Hello? 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 Hey, who has been to Variety.com?
Yeah.
The rest of you should go, because it is the announcement of the Wheel of Time television series, which is now public knowledge. Sony is working with Radar. Radar has a producer named Ted Field, who is the most active producer, but Sony is in it hook, line, and sinker. And there is a wonderful guy engaged as writer, which I think means showrunner in this context. His name is Rafe Judkins. He was born in Utah and has nearly 100 first cousins. I am from the South, and 100 cousins is easy. But 100 first cousins is hard. And it suggests either that he was born into an LDS family or a family of very hard-working Catholics. He grew up in the eastern United States and went to Brown University and has worked extensively in Hollywood, and you can Google him no end. I am delighted that he is on board. He grew up reading The Wheel of Time with his mother, and I see Diana there. I haven't seen her before. And also, so anyway, I think it's very good news for the series. I'm tickled to death that he's there. And meanwhile, I would like to say, many years ago, when we were younger than we are now, Steve Hickman did a wonderful cover for me. And I said, it had a unicorn on it, and the unicorn had hairy heels. And you may know that that is Brit slang for meaning lowly born, because Arabian horses do not have hairy heels. Cart horses have hairy heels. And I said, oh, Steve, I love the hairy heels. He said, what? Did I do it wrong? And I said, no, that's the only unicorn I've ever seen who has the hooves of a workhorse. This is a serious unicorn. And you know what? I don't remember who the writer was. I loved that cover. I really did.
And thereby hangs my face.
Only if you get a once-in-a-lifetime cover. Anyway, it's lovely to be here. I just wanted to say, the series looks as if it will be wonderful, thanks to Rafe Judkins being where he is, which I gather is being in charge of the creative work on the series. So, and thank you for that magnificent case. And I have to correct Rafe on something. He said, thank you for the books and all your work on the books with your husband, and for the world around the books that you and your husband created. We, neither Jim nor I, created the world around the books. You have done it, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Harriet, everyone. So, the message that Tom was delivering to me is that apparently some of the people at this con are going to be hunting the Dark Friends in this room via the World of Dreams. They're calling it a con game and titling it Dark Friend Hunt. They're requesting that people who want to sign up to participate stay in this room after opening ceremonies. And since Tom was the one to deliver the message to me, you're going to be in charge. So, recruit your hunters, watch over them.
They won't catch anyone.
Oh no, darkness don't exist. And then report back to me. Now, for from Tavarantes, if you have purchased a shirt from the con, make sure that you go see the Tavarantes booth to go grab that. They will have it for you. And then as a final note, over the weekend you all will see missives titled The Source lying around. Now, these may seem like they are from the light, but don't be fooled. No, Dreadlord Sari has procures information for us and about what's happening, schedule updates and the like, and she prints it for us daily. If you have any information that you need to be included, you can find Sari wandering around. She also answers to the name of Shannon Lee. So Shannon, here, there she is. Yeah. So she's going to get us all of our updates over the next weekends. And I think I'm done and I'm ready to move on to funner activities than this. So I command all of you to go forth and share what you've learned. Beware fools who would do you harm. And have a great convention. I'm calling an end to these ceremonies. I'll see you later.